Klobuchar.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And Mr. Whitaker, I enjoyed our discussion earlier, and I also am excited about the experience you will bring to this job, and hopefully you will get confirmed swiftly. Thanks. Like everyone gets confirmed in the Senate. Okay, that was a sarcastic joke. But I think we all know that this couldn't be more important. I appreciated Senator Cruz's remarks about the need for the air traffic controllers. Senator Braun and I just introduced something on this, and I understand you want to see a bigger aviation workforce. A bunch of us are working on this with grants and things like that. Tell us what would be most helpful to get the aviation workforce we need.
Well, I think the grants are very helpful. I would view my role as administrator as chief recruitment officer, certainly for FAA, but also for the industry. And I think we need to really build interest in people becoming pilots or controllers or mechanics or flight attendants. It's a great industry, and we need to push the word out a little bit and really cast a broad net to build as broad a pipeline as we can to bring people into aviation.
Right. And Senator Cantwell had mentioned the need to focus on what we saw out of with the system-wide failure that morning that we'll never forget. Senator Moran and I were on the phone with the acting director that day. Could you talk about your commitment to carry out some upgrades to our air mission system? Senator Moran and I and Capito passed a bill on this actually to include all the stakeholders that Representative Stauber was carrying. Could you quickly answer that? Then I have a real fun gong show of questions.
Sure. No, I am committed, and I've been briefed on the matter from FAA, and I understand that work is underway.
Okay, very good. When it comes to the essential air service, we talked about that. Do you agree that we need to ensure that air service reaches travelers outside of urban areas and continue that program?
I do. I think our network of airports in the U.S. is a treasure, and it needs to be. We need to invest in it and keep them viable.
Right. Contract Tower program provides critical air traffic control safety benefits to 256 smaller airports across the country, including in St. Cloud, Minnesota, Anoka County Airport. Do you support this program?
I do.
Okay, very good. Here's one that really interests me, sustainable aviation fuels. A lot of our airlines and certainly farmers in Minnesota and many are interested in this, and decarbonizing commercial flight is one of the greatest challenges facing modern aviation. You can't use a plug-in plane. Could you talk about how renewable fuels are a key pathway? Renewable fuels offer an opportunity to reduce emissions and also use homegrown fuel.
I think it's part of the number of initiatives underway to decarbonize, and I know the airline industry is very supportive of that transition. There are other technologies out there, including electric aircraft, that help in that mission as well.
Secretary Vilsack actually would be a good one to talk to about this because it's been one of our big priorities when it comes to renewable fuels. And finally, the Safe Skies Act, and Senator Cantwell, with her great leadership in aviation, has been supportive of this, to take the rest requirements that are put in place for passenger pilots, apply them to cargo pilots that currently have looser rest requirements, but they're all still flying planes in the same airspace. Could you talk about cargo pilots and the work that I think needs to be done from the safety standpoint?
I'm happy to look into that issue. It's not something I'm currently familiar with, but I will look into that.
Okay, very good. You can talk to Sully Sullenberg about that, but anyway.
Thank you.
All right, I hope you get confirmed swiftly. I think it would be a tribute to this committee and our leadership if we are able to get this done strongly on a bipartisan basis. And so I toss it back to the chairwoman here.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator Klobuchar.